Hello, dearies. Jonas, and I, as we go on our 7-year wedding anniversary trip on a cozy New England road trip. We went through 3 different states. We drove from New York through Massachusetts and then into New Hampshire and also to Maine. So come along with us for a cozy, charming trip. Our first stop was to Orchard House, the home of Louisa May Alcott, the author of Little Women, one of my favorite stories ever written. A story that is based on her own childhood that took place at this home, whose entrance gives us a tingling feeling as if we just entered a gateway to a fictional world. In a way we do, since Louisa based characters from her own family as well as the house and settings when she wrote the much-loved masterpieces. And I couldn't help but be overcome and shed a few tears at seeing Orchard House for the first time. Cameras aren't allowed inside of the house, so we've written a whole blog post about our experience of the feeling of wonder and nostalgia inside Orchard House on our blog. It's at charminglife.com. Concord, Massachusetts, that besides its rich history of literature, is of much colonial importance. A statue of a soldier proves that. It is a Minuteman, a civilian self-trained colonist, ready in 1 minute to break through the flanks of intruding forces of the time. He is looking out over a beautiful scenery that probably hasn't changed too much since he was alive, and wrote America's history with a shot heard around the world. We spent our first night in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a beautiful city filled with brick Victorian architecture and buzzing with top-notch restaurants on gas lamplit streets. The town is located at the bottom of the state on the ocean side that sits between Massachusetts and Maine and has a wonderful seaside view. We've always wanted to visit Maine, ever since watching our favorite TV show, Once Upon a Time, that's set in a fictional town of Storybrooke, based on our favorite fairy tale characters. So early the next day, we drove to York, Maine, to see what the state is perhaps best known for. Nubble Lighthouse was built in 1879, and is perhaps one of the most photographed and picturesque lighthouses in all of New England. Back in Portsmouth, we head to the Strawberry Banke Museum, a 10-acre outdoor history museum, which is the oldest neighborhood in New Hampshire to be settled by Europeans. You can walk through more than 30 restored buildings and gardens built between the 17th and 19th centuries. Our favorite part was wandering in and out of different bygone eras and even getting to play some old-fashioned games that brought out the kids in us. Oh, now you got it. Good job, Jonas. Oh my gosh. Since time traveling is one of our favorite pastimes, the next day we drove to the largest living history museum in New England, covering more than 200 acres. This is Old Sturbridge Village in Massachusetts, a living museum which recreates life in rural New England during the 1790s through 1830s. What made it feel so authentic was the costumed historians actually working on the homesteads as farmers and all manner of craftsmanship. This village is a place where time stands still, and you find yourself walking at a much slower pace to enjoy every view. The wooden fences, apple trees, colonial homes, and covered bridge all make us feel like we're in the movie sets for Sleepy Hollow and Hocus Pocus. Except maybe even better, because here you can hear the whispers of the past, inspiring us for the future to keep on this path of charming travel. Thank you for joining us on our anniversary trip, and please do visit our blog for even more adventures and slow living. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know in the comments what is the favorite thing you saw here. Until the next adventure, bye for now.